Hey everyone, welcome back to another coffee time with crypto. I'm alone today. It's just me and my dog Burger. So I thought that I would start doing some different levels of tutorials and releasing these, doing these live streams throughout the week, in addition to the Friday chats that I have with DJ and Ben. And today I thought it would be a good idea to just go through how to set up uh, a, a Web3 wallet. And the most popular one that is for the Ethereum virtual machine blockchains is Metamask. So the best way to use Metamask will be through a browser extension. It's also available on iPhone and I believe on Android as well. But today I'll be going through how to download and set up MetaMask and teach you how to just get started with that. So I'm going to be showing you on Chrome, but the same steps will be for any Chromium browser like Brave and other ones as well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to the Chrome Web Store. So and search for MetaMask. And we'll add it to Chrome. So that's been added, and you'll see that it'll show up here. I'm going to open it and pin it. There we go. So when you launch the extension, it'll give you an option whether you want to recover the wallet from a recovery phrase or set up a new wallet. So today we're going to set up a new wallet. And here's just some basic advice. So I'm just going to agree to that. Just create any password. This password, it tells you it's a minimum of 8 characters. You do want it to be easy to remember because you're going to be using your password every single time you open MetaMask for the first time when you log into the browser. Generally, it's security-wise, a hot wallet is not the best level of security anyway. So just choose something that is easy to remember. Okay, so the first thing is they will assign a secret recovery phrase. So it's hidden here. Make sure that you're alone when you're doing this, and you probably want to scan your computer for malware. So but prior to doing this, so like you can use something like Malwarebytes. That's a good one. So I've already done that before. So and this is just a test account. So I'm just gonna click that. And for the purposes of the stream, I'm just going to copy the secret recovery phrase and put it onto a text file here, because the very next step, it's going to ask you to choose these words that are in the same order as that recovery phrase. So when you're doing this, it's probably best to write it down on a sheet of paper. Some people will actually split up they assign like a 12 word phrase. Some wallets use a 20-word phrase. So you might want to split that phrase in two and put it in 2 secure locations. So I'm just going to put these in plug, usual, stage, merit, resemble, width, hawk, story, 20, involve, and comic. And when you're done, it says congratulations, and it has some new updates. I'm just gonna close that. And here you have a brand new wallet. The first blockchain that you have access to with your Metamask wallet is the Ethereum chain. It's already set up to be able to interact with the Ethereum and the decentralized apps that are using Ethereum. You can see here that I have 0 ETH because it's a brand new wallet, and I have the option to buy crypto with some of their partners, which I personally haven't used, but you guys, if you're interested, you can check that out. You can send crypto to other wallets, and you can also there's even a built-in exchange, and I've never used the MetaMask built-in exchange because I just prefer using a proper DEX, which is a decentralized exchange. Okay, so now that we've downloaded and installed MetaMask, and we've stored away the seed phrase, I'm gonna just take you through the user interface. Here you have, it says account 1, which is just an identifier for this account. You can click these 3 dots here, click on account details, and you can actually edit that to say my test account. Okay. So with the seed phrase that was generated, all of it will actually be able to generate many different accounts that are all linked to that seed phrase. So it's extremely important to keep your seed phrase private and secure, and in some place that you will not lose it. Because using that seed phrase, someone will be able to recover not just this account that you've just created, but any subsequent account that you create with MetaMask. So for example, if we go and click on the profile picture, and there's an option to create an account, it will populate with account 2, so we'll just leave that as default and create. You've actually created a second account, and there's a second address here. So if you click here and copy the address to the clipboard, I'll paste that address here. This is the address for the second account. And you can easily switch back to the first account that we named my test account, and I can copy that address and paste it here, and you can see there are 2 different addresses. Now this is called a public address. You can you can receive crypto and Ethereum ERC20 tokens using this address, and this address will be the same whether you are on Ethereum or other EVM compatible blockchains. Okay. So going through, if you do own crypto, it will list them all here under assets, and you can click the activity tab. Right now it says you have no transactions because we haven't done any. But generally it's like, basically this is the user interface. And I'm gonna show you some more of the settings that may be important. So you click into your profile and you can choose settings. The ones that I find that I typically need to be aware of is you go under advanced, and there's this reset account button. sometimes when you're doing a transaction, you'll find that it gets it gets stuck. Okay, one of the ways to and if you tried the transaction again, that transaction ends up being queued up or pending. So one of the only ways to kind of get around that is to actually reset the account. So the first thing is, if you do run into that situation, you do want to check that that particular transaction has not yet been broadcasted to the blockchain. So you can do that in Etherscan. I won't show that to you now, but basically you just want to check that it was actually just a problem with MetaMask, and that it's not just a transaction that hasn't been confirmed, but has actually been broadcasted to be mined by a miner soon. So if it was just the problem with MetaMask, you can reset MetaMask here. It says here, it will clear your transaction history, which allows those pending and queued up transactions to be removed. But it will not change the balances in your account, or basically it won't remove your account. It's just going to reset it. So you typically want to click this, and then you want to quit your browser and then relaunch the browser and try your transaction again. So the next thing would be under security and privacy. If you did not write down the secret recovery phrase, you can always come to the settings and click reveal secret recovery phrase here. And if you enter your MetaMask password, so this is another reason why it's important to actually keep your MetaMask password somewhat secure, because using that MetaMask password, somebody can go in and access your secret recovery phrase. So you see here, this is the secret recovery phrase that it generated at the beginning. So why it can generate this is because this secret recovery phrase is stored on your computer right now. It's not stored on a server somewhere in on like with MetaMask. It's on your computer. So the problem with what we call hot wallet, which is a MetaMask generated wallet, if your computer gets compromised, so if you have some malware on it, or someone can see your screen or access your clipboard, then they can easily access your secret recovery phrase and remove all of your funds. So this is why a hot wallet is useful for getting set up very quickly. But if you're getting more serious into crypto, then it's best to use what we call a hardware wallet, and I'll get into showing you how to set that up in this video as well. So I'm going to close that. Let me see, go back to the settings, see if I missed anything. So under the networks here, you can see that there are a bunch of test networks. I was deliberating whether to go through these today, but I think I'll save it for another video, because I intend to do a video on how to actually use MetaMask for transactions. And before using real money, it's always a good idea to play around on these test networks, which uses fake cryptocurrency. Okay, so right now I am connected to the Ethereum mainnet. You can manually add all the other EVM compatible chains here manually, but I'm going to show you a trick that I use later to quickly add the more popular blockchains. So I'll skip this for now. There's some experimental settings like token detection, which, if you, it's quite useful if you don't know how, like sometimes when you swap for a different token, it doesn't show up automatically and you wonder, where your new tokens are. So the token detection could be useful, but it does use third-party APIs. So if if you're concerned about that, you can leave that off, and I'll try to show you guys how to add the tokens in a later video. Okay, so that's pretty much it with the settings. The next thing I want to go over is how to add a hardware wallet. So here, if you click your profile picture again, you can see an option to connect hardware wallet. So when you click connect hardware wallet, you can see MetaMask is compatible with some of the more popular hardware wallets. I personally use a Ledger. So if I click the Ledger, click continue, you see it automatically detects my Ledger Nano X. I can connect to that, and I can choose a just a wallet that it will show all the accounts that are linked to your wallet, and you can just unlock it and basically have access to your wallet. So you can remove the hardware wallets from your MetaMask and add it back using the same method. But what you can't do is you can't remove these wallets the accounts that are generated that are tied to your MetaMask seed. Okay, so a lot of people, like one of the most common misconceptions is that your crypto, when you send it to a MetaMask, send it to an address that you've created using MetaMask, is that cryptocurrency is stored on your MetaMask wallet. But actually, a wallet is better seen as like a window into the blockchain. So your cryptocurrency is stored on the blockchain. So if it's an Ethereum token, then it would be stored on the Ethereum blockchain. And your MetaMask wallet just gives you access to your cryptocurrency. So it's more like it's a way to manage your private keys, your private and public keys. So I went over renaming the accounts, but okay. So when you set up the account, we secured away the private seed, but each of these accounts actually has its own private key. So it's a little bit confusing, but so let me do that again. So if you click these three buttons and go back to account details, where we can change the account name to make it easier to remember. Down here, you can see export private key. Okay, if you type in your MetaMask password, this private key is tied to this account. So if you have this private key, someone with the private key can access this account. Okay, but it will not be able to access the other accounts that are generated using the same seed phrase, because each of them will have a different private key. But if somebody has your seed phrase, they will be able to generate all of the accounts and all of the private keys that are kind of tied to that seed phrase. Okay, so just wanted to show you that. Is it necessary to back up both your seed phrase and your private keys? So there are some, I would say, rarer situations where it would be useful to make a note of your private key in addition to your seed phrase. So the reason is, And I think what I will walk you guys through this. So we have two accounts set up here. And if I remove the extension on my Chrome browser, I would lose access to these two accounts. And the next time I reinstall the extension, I would actually need to use the seed phrase to restore these accounts. However, when you enter the seed phrase, it will automatically generate your first account. Okay, it won't remember the name that you renamed it to. It'll just go back to account one. But if you know the address, it will be this address that would be generated. But it won't have the second one. You'd have to go and create account again, and then it will generate the second account, and it will do that in order. So if you had a lot of accounts and you only wanted to recover a particular one, or you didn't want to like go and search for it, then it'd be a good idea to note down your private key as well. Okay. So now that we've gone through the UI and the settings, if you wanted to, so I'm going to go through a quick, easy way to add other blockchains into your MetaMask. So some of the popular ones would be Avalanche, Polygon, Binance Smart Chain. What I like to do is I like to go to, we talked about DeFi Llama last time on our Friday chat, but I'm gonna go back to here and show you guys. Like if you click on Avalanche, find one of the popular applications on that blockchain. So for example, Trader Joe, you can click into it and go to its website. This is a good way to make sure you're actually going to the real website, but you also still want to check to make sure that it's secure and it's the correct website. So this is the Trader Joe application on Avalanche, and if we see here connect to a wallet, you can click that, and you can click MetaMask. So just choose your first account and click next and continue. It will prompt you. It will tell you you're connected to the wrong network. Please connect to Avalanche. So when you click switch to Avalanche, it will actually, your MetaMask will automatically pop up, allow this site to add a network. So instead of going into your settings and manually adding all of these things, you can just go to a dApp, connect to the wallet, and just most of the time it will automatically add the network for you, especially if you go to the most popular DEX that's on that chain. So I'm going to do it for Avalanche, switch the network, and you will see once I've done that, now my MetaMask is connected to the Avalanche mainnet C chain, and now I have Avalanche in addition to Ethereum. So I'm going to do the same with Polygon, go back to DeFi Llama. So here's Polygon. The most popular DEX is QuickSwap. So click QuickSwap, go to their website. Now switch to Matic, and you see it'll say allow QuickSwap to add a network, and then it's the same thing. So once you do that and you set up MetaMask to be able to interact with multiple blockchains, you will have them all set up. So I'm going to do one more. Just go to Binance Smart Chain, BSC, and their most popular DEX is PancakeSwap. Go to the website, connect to the wallet, MetaMask, same thing. So again, approve. And now, very quickly, with a few clicks of a button, you're set up to work with different blockchains. And that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. Next time, I'll go through sending some transactions, interacting with the dApps a little bit more. And that's because when you set up the account, you have no money in it to pay for any transaction fees. So this is one of the big problems with getting into a DeFi. You either need to have someone who has some crypto, a small amount that they can send you, or you need to have some in a centralized exchange that you've bought with your fiat, and then send it to your own wallet, and that's how you can get started. Okay, so thank you for tuning in, and see you guys next time.